So, today I'm having a really bad day. Um, yeah, I'm having a really bad day. And so, normally when I'm having a bad day, I go inside and I don't communicate with people and I don't talk to people because I feel like that's when you can become toxic and you can take your bad vibes and put it on somebody else. And so I'm about positive vibes only. So I tend to go to stay to myself when I'm having a bad day. But today I thought it may be good to let your people see and feel and know that you do have bad days, because sometimes you think you see people and oh, their life is so perfect, nothing ever goes wrong. Yeah, I'm having a shit day today. And it's not anything that I did. Well, no, that's not true. I hired people to make certain things happen that hasn't made it happen. So that's what I did. But so far as the immediate issue right now, it's nothing that I did. So it's nothing that I can fix. And that's part of the problem. Is if I could fix it, the problem would boom disappear. But I'm dependent on others. And oftentimes that happens. A lot of times things that really, really bother us are things that we have no control over. And those are the things that we really have to learn to deal with, because I'm gonna tell you, if it's a problem at your own hand that you created, then you can fix it. And I don't really feel so sorry for you. I'm sorry. I just don't. My thing is get it done. Whatever it is, if you overslept at work and your boss is threatening to fire you, hey, deal with it, because that's in your control. You should have went to bed last night. You just set your alarm or whatever. I don't want to hear about traffic and all that. So I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about things that happen to us. So someone passes, maybe you lose a job or someone disappoints you. My situation today is work related. So it's that I've hired people to do certain things and they didn't produce what I needed them to produce. And of course that leads to other issues. So it's not just a matter of you not doing your job. Loss of job is loss of income. It could be loss of credibility. So those things are very, very vital. So this is very serious and this is very important, and I don't want to make light of it. But what did I do today since I'm having a bad day? Well, the first thing I did is I came in, decided instead of going inside to come outside and talk to you and share it with you, to give you some tips and tools in the future on how to deal with a freaking bad day, because we all have them. So what I would normally do is go inside. I would, kind of ruminate over it, which, doesn't really help. I'm a writer, so I'll get a pen and pad and I'll just curse everybody out in writing. But the real reason why I write it out is because I'm strategizing. I'm strategizing on the fix. How can I fix this and how can I fix it fast? If there's a fast fix, I want to do it. If there's not a fast fix, then that sucks to be me. But I'm about fixing it. So you can have emotions over having a bad day. If someone disappoints you and you want to cry, hey, cry it out. If you want to punch something, then go punch something. I don't say punch someone, but I have like a little blow up man that that I box with. So I can punch that, I can kick him, I can do all those things, which is works for me. But you may not be violent like me, so you may not need that. But the emotional part of it, have your emotions, deal with it, but just for a little while. It's tomorrow is upon us. You can't cry or spill milk all day. Okay, so have your few seconds, few minutes, few hours, and then done. Hopefully not that long. Please, not days. Just deal with the emotions and take the emotions out of it, because at the end of the day, there's a problem that still needs to be fixed. Now, if it's that somebody passed away or or your husband served you with divorce papers today, well, there's really no fix. You can't bring someone back. You just have to deal with your emotions. And so, yes, that may take more time. So understand what I'm saying. I'm more talking about like what my situation is work related. So I do understand we do have some disappointments. It's going to take far longer than an hour or 2 hours to get over it. But you can't do anything about that. You can't do anything about, you can't make someone want to stay with you that doesn't want to stay with you. And you can't make, and that includes an employee when your best, your star person leaves, your secretary walks out, gives you a 2-week notice. There's really nothing that you can do. All you can do is just be upset and then get over it, and then get to finding a new secretary. Like, that's it. So unpackage the problem and see what you can do immediately to solve it. And then that's it. Like, strategize on it, figure it out, and get it done. If it's nothing that you can do, like in my case, then I just have to stay on top of the people that I have delegated the work to ensure that it gets done, and it gets done to my satisfaction. But there's no need for me to just keep being angry and ruminating over it, because what's done is done. I can't fix it. I can't make them have it done today. It's not done today. So what else am I gonna do besides for fixing it? I've fixed the problem as best I can to my ability. Of course, I can't do it all, but me personally, how I'm gonna deal with my mental, how I'm gonna deal with my inside that feels really bad right now because I've made some promises I can't keep. I'll explain that. I'll come clean. I will be accountable. I don't blame. I take responsibility. I don't blame, my shortcomings on what someone else did. That's not how this works. I remember I learned this lesson. Let me tell you this. I learned this lesson in law school. Maybe my first couple of years in private practice in front of Judge Ginsburg. I'll never forget this. I had a client that bounced a check to me for their filing fee. The client bounced their check. So when I went to pay the filing fee at the courthouse, my check bounced. And I felt that was just desserts. I didn't have the money to cover their filing fee. Why should they have the case filed for them on their behalf when they didn't even pay the money? So I went to court. They call you in the court for bouncing a check at the courthouse. The judge calls me in. And I, very arrogantly said, well, my client's check bounced. And so the judge was like, I didn't ask you that. I'm talking about your check that bounced. And I'm saying, yeah, my check bounced because the check that came before mine bounced. And the judge, he's leaning over the bench. He was a very small statured man. And he's leaning over the bench and he's like, no, what don't you understand? You wrote a bad check to the federal court building. What don't you understand about this? And I'm saying, what don't you understand? He was talking to me, but I wasn't hearing him. And then he threatened to call to report me to the ARDC for writing a bad check. And when he said that, he says, you wrote a bad check, I'm going to report you to the ARDC. All of a sudden, it clicked in my head what he was saying. And what he was telling me was he didn't care about what happened before. All he knew was that I wrote a bad check. So the fact that my client didn't give me the money, that's my problem. That's not the courthouse problem. That's not the bankruptcy court problem. That's not the judge's problem. That's my problem. So there was no passing the buck to my client. Nobody cared about that. I was going to lose my license over $300 for a bum client. So I learned very early on at 20-something years old that no excuses. You're responsible for your actions. So even in this case, I can't blame the people that work for me that didn't produce. I have to accept responsibility for the people who are expecting an end product to me that I can't deliver. So I have to take that and deal with it head on. It's not going to happen, and I apologize, and this is when it will happen. So have a plan. Know what you're going to tell your clients, know what you're going to tell your spouse, your boss, whatever. Have a plan, but no excuses. Nobody wants to hear your excuses. And then just go be gentle and love on yourself because you screwed up something, right? Or because you can't produce. So just, whatever it is, what do you do? What do you do? I like to take hot baths. I like to drink wine. I like to eat chocolate, maybe all of them in one day. And that's actually what I'm going to do. I'm going to go for a walk and clear my head. But you know where that walk is going to end up? At the bakery. And I'm going to get me a chocolate chip cookie. And I'm going to come home and I'm going to pour me a glass of red wine. And I'm going to run a hot bath. And I'm just going to let it go. I'm just going to let it go. Because you know what? I've done all I can do. It's over. I'm not going to let it destroy me. I'm not going to let it defeat me. And I'm not going to sit here all day and cry over it. No. I'm not going to let it eat me up, okay? So if you have some other ideas about ways to deal with bad days, then I'd love to hear from you. But just know bad days are going to happen to everybody, not just you, everybody. Nobody ever said every day was Christmas, right? So bad days are going to happen. It's just that you have to learn how to deal with them. Take the emotions out of it as best you can. Fix what you can. Let the rest go. And just be gentle and love on yourself and know tomorrow's a new day, all right? So bad day today, I had one, but I'm over it. I actually feel better now talking it out with you. So maybe you have someone that you can talk it out with. Then go for a walk and get you some fresh air. Then play with the baby or play with the puppy or play with the dog or watch a movie or watch a comedy. But just love on yourself and be gentle because it's going to happen and it's okay. It's going to pass. All right? Until next time.